up, peeps? Your boy's back. I was gone for 2 weeks, guys. It's my B-day. Turning 41, man. Time is flying by. I'm back in Austin. I was in Florida, just celebrating my birthday, chilling with my family, doing some toy hunting, and now I'm finally back in Austin. And guess what was been waiting for me here this whole time? You know what's up with this. This is that third-party party wagon from Underground Arsenal. Man, I can't wait to open this and do a review on it. So let's get to it, guys. Off the bat, this is a huge box. Huge box. And big shout out to Shozy Store. Pretty sure a lot of you guys got your version from these guys. If not, that's some other third party, but this is pretty sturdy box. Time to open up this guy. Alright. Okay. Okay, I got some of the wings in there. The wings there, the lettering's there. This is huge. This is huge. Alright, so here is the van, and I want to say this guy is humongous. And it's just crazy how big this guy is. Like, he's maybe a quarter of my table. This is probably one of the biggest vehicles besides my Akira bike. It's just humongous. And for the price, and I was able to get him for $220 because I got him in an early pre-sale. But they're going for what, $250, I believe, and it's worth every dime, and definitely way more cheaper than the Super 7, and definitely cheaper than the NECA one. And the one thing I'll say that you're gonna get your money's worth, my opinion, this curvature is a signature shape on the party wagon, and look how wide it is. That is accurate. You know, the cartoon was hand painted, so it looked different in different episodes, but when you look at the animated cell, this looks accurate to the cartoon. Now there is details that are not in here. They do give us the turtle lettering right there, right here, and they're in yellow. Now that's not a hard thing to fix. I'm gonna spray paint these guys white. Their grill, look at that. Look how wide it is. That's how it's supposed to look like. I'm sorry. I think they nailed it. They nailed it. They do give us lights. Boom. They're just AA batteries. And they get the mirrors. And you got the guns. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, fire. That's fire. That is fire. Look at that. Boom. This guy's a beast. The doors. Look at that. I'm able to put my whole arm. I'm able to put my whole arm, guys. That's how much space they give us. They gave us enough space to put 2 turtles and April in there. So you got a great dashboard with a lot of cool detail. You got a steering wheel, got the turning signal, you got some foot pedals, and you even got the, I guess you call it the automatic gear. You can move it. Look at that. You can move it. That is cool. Moving right along, we got the 2 side doors. This one has a kind of like a window thing going on. Bring it down, and boom. You got the gun. Turns it to a seat to give you some type of like leg so that you could have the gun sit down. That looks great. And they give us handles so that we could properly pose a turtle on there. Look at that. That looks great. Doesn't look forced. Doesn't look weird. The other side, it's just a door that falls down. And check this out. This one thing I was impressed by. Look at this. I could just slide him in and he fits with no problem. Now the top of the roof, you can open it from the inside. And one thing I want to point out. Okay, it opens up like a book, just like in the cartoon. But one thing I want to point out is that look how they build it. Like you can actually lift it up so that you could pull it back. Alright, so they really put thought into this so that when you close it, you can push it down. And it closes great. It closes great. It opens up and we can see the inside. And there's a lot of details in here. Here you can see we got a ladder that leads you up to the rooftop, but also this is actually a wall that you could drop. Ah, there we go. Oh my god, just push it from the inside of the front cockpit. And look at that. Now the turtle can actually participate and bother the other turtles in the front. Like, what's up guys? What are you guys doing in there? But look at that space. There's so much space inside of this guy. Again, you got the gun there. And the way they did it is you need to make sure you clip it so that it fits really nice in there, so it doesn't be, it's not like overwhelming. If you don't do it right, it can look like this, sticking out. Alright, so here you can see we get another console on both left and right. You also get another some type of console both left and right on the back of this area here of the van. And yeah guys, overall this is just a dope toy. Very happy. This is a great birthday present, man. I just got home and this thing just came just in time. And I think the next step that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mod it a little bit. You know, do the white to the turtle. I'm thinking about putting some of those cartoon outlines and adding some stickers in regards to like the back gills that are supposed to be red. I think I could do that with a sticker. But again, nothing too crazy. There's something that I do like that NECA did in regards to the turtle pattern. The inside of the turtle pattern, they painted it a darker green. I think I'm gonna do that. So, you know, those type of details are the only things that I think I'm gonna add to it. But besides that, you don't have to do anything to it. I think it looks great the way it is. If you want to get hyper specific, you can mod it. So that's gonna be the next step. So let's get to it. Alright, so I'm gonna start modding this, and the first thing that really got to me is the letters. The letters are supposed to be white. They made them yellow. I don't know why, but I'm down to paint them white. I'm gonna use my flat white primer spray can and put a box, put the duct tape inside. Alright, so I let the letters dry. They're ready, so just gonna pull them off. Hell yeah, that looks way more authentic. That's what I'm talking about, like, dude. Alright guys, and look, you can see right here, yes, I removed the roof. And yes, I'm gonna paint it similar to the animated cell. Inside the hexagons are dark green, and then the actual hexagons are light green. Here you can see I removed the rooftop. It was actually very easy, and I'm actually very happy how they did it. They were just slots, just like how they did the tail, and they put a little bit of glue, so you could use a hot blow dryer to ease the removing of these pieces of the rooftop. So here I got the front, got the back, and then got the actual doors on the top that opens up. So you're able to clean it off, sand it down, And now it's actually ready for priming. So I'm gonna prime it. It's gonna be a light green, and then I'm gonna go into the in-betweens with the dark green. So now we have the pieces primed, and I have my green. This is the green that I used on the actual turtle blimp, the glider. So I'm gonna be using the same green. Alright guys, so here it is. The green's looking amazing. Pops out, looks like the cartoon. I'm very happy. Now is the dark green. So got some green and I got some olive run green. So here's some samples. So I'm gonna start off with this dark green, this lighter dark green versus this olive green. It's done. It looks great. Oh, I'm very happy. Look at that contrast right there by having the light and dark, and it's just a perfect green. So it's all done. Off camera I just did a matte finish on it so it could just seal the paint really well. Alright guys, next up is the vent. I'm working on the details, and the vent is a detail that I'm noticing it's not here based on the animated cell. And so what I did was first started designing the shape, trying to get it automatically correct to fit in there, and I was successful. And here's a test piece. This is not the final piece. It's a little test piece right here. I even gave it a 3D perspective to give it some depth, and gave the black outlines to give it that cartoon outline look, and it looks great. So this is just a test piece just to make sure that it's anatomically correct to that space. And now that I figured that out, I was able to print it on adhesive sticker paper. Alright, so a moment of truth. Let's take out the sticker. Mission complete. That looks amazing. Next up, we're gonna get into the cartoon lining. Just kind of collecting all the pieces that I need to outline so far when in regards to the roof, and start outlining them with this new pen that I got here. It's called Black Liner. It's actually they're permanent markers. They're fine tips, and they give you a variation. So I'm trying these guys out. I did use before. They're a lot more cheaper. You can find them like at a dollar store, and these are permanent markers as well. But I'm noticing that these guys, they run dry. You could go through them pretty fast. So I'm gonna try these guys out. Let's see. So this part is gonna be tedious, so let's gonna get to it. So I'm gonna use the same method of what I did with the Channel 6 news van, and it's just selecting certain areas that would require outlining. I don't think I've seen people try to do the cartoon lines on it, and everybody has their own way of doing it and more power. But I think mainly is pronouncing some lines that would help give it this cartoon touch, but not overdoing it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the insides right here and the one back here. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, so this is the one I need to use. The finer the better, because you gotta understand, to touch the corner of two pieces, you really gotta make sure it's thin. So this one actually did the job. Hell yeah. starting to look at the animated cell, I noticed that the actual headlight a light gray. So as you can see here, I already taped the front of the car, mixed this together to get the gray that I want, and we're gonna airbrush it. Pour it in here. Should be enough. Alright, took it off the tape, looks pretty good. As you can see here, I actually masked out the lights. Now, the goal is to swap them. That's all it is, really. This is supposed to be red, this is supposed to be white, so I'm gonna paint it. And cover it at the back because I'm gonna prime it and then paint it white and then the other portion red. Alright guys, moment of truth to see how this came out. Boom! Success! That looks beautiful. Ooh, hell yeah, I just gotta outline the black again. But that looks great. Ooh. Here you go guys, here is my custom repainted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Underground Arsenal. Guys, I took my time on this one just because I really wanted to get things right. Now, first before I go over everything, my attempt here is to try to make this as close as possible to the animated cell from the original cartoon from the late 80s. Adding the cartoon outlines in the areas that I felt like they were necessary. Repainting the roof so you can have that contrast from a light green to a dark green. Adding those details that were off due to the manufacturer's way of getting around certain things. So I'm talking about the Ninja Turtle signage being white. That was one detail that I added because it was originally yellow. Also added the silver around the lights. Made the vents in the back. The two vents in the back that are red. Made them out of stickers. You know, was able to print them out on adhesive, cut them out, and paste them. And then also additional details like the lights in the back. Was able to flip the colors. That's all I really did to this van. And those little details, I don't know, in my opinion, it screams miles from making this a lot more closer to the original one that we all wanted. I'm going with the approach like what I did to the Channel 6 news van. There's only certain things that really require those outlines. So it's just a matter of balancing that act. Now I'm going to open the roof so you guys can see the inside. I was able to repaint the roof. And then also outline the details inside. And there's a couple consoles back there, so some command centers with some digital kind of dashboards and whatnot, and I was able to outline those details just to make this portion of the van pop out. You know, then to the doors, then to to these other pieces, the floor, also the gun. So yeah, just started adding those details, and again, you know, not overdoing it and making it almost as subtle but pronounced at the same time, just like the toys, just like the Channel 6 news van that I did. Alright guys, now detail I want to really focus on is the roof. I didn't show it in the video, or I didn't show it in the process, but what I wanted to speak about is the roof. And a little word of advice, really just repainting the whole thing probably saves you a lot of work. But if you don't want to repaint the whole thing and just mask out the in-betweens of the hexagons, do it with silly putty. Don't do it with clay, because clay has a certain chemical that I did not know this. It's kind of like a little oil, and when it gets on the plastic itself, it softens the surface of that plastic or starts messing with it. And I noticed it, and I was like, damn, and I was able to pull it off on time to not cause any really serious corrosion, but there was a little bit of corrosion on the surface level only, and I was able to use Vaseline once I removed it and cleaned it, and then I sanded it down, and I was able to save the pieces so that I could repaint it. So if you guys are wanting to do this without repainting the in-betweens, use silly putty. I know a lot of people are going with this cartoon approach. Some people are going more on the weather one too. I saw some of them look pretty cool. I went with the cartoon approach just because we got these awesome toys from NECA, and I wanted to kind of make sure that it matched these toys, same style, the outlines and everything. So yeah, it's a great time to be a turtle collector, because we got all these toys, and now we got actually a couple of vans. We got a couple of vans. In my opinion, the Underground Arsenal is just the right one, in my opinion, in regards to the shape. NECA's looks pretty cool, and definitely NECA's going with the actual cartoon, because the cartoon itself was illustrated in by hand, and sometimes it came off a little bit skinnier. But from the animated cell, this is my favorite version of the party wagon. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this. Guys, I'm glad to be back. I know I've been kind of taking a step back on the dial work. I've been doing a lot of repainting, been doing a lot of figurines, but I am going to get back into the dials. I've just been really busy with work, so got a couple of commission jobs kind of lining up, and really need to get back into this because I really miss working on dials. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something from this video. Guys, hit that like button, write a comment about this project, and if you haven't, hit subscribe. Guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I'm all the way up.